Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So, we are back to question 3. So, f prime of x is equal to x minus 4 squared. This is a product rule. And then plus x minus 2 squared times 2 times x minus 4. Okay, so now f prime of x is equal to x minus 4, the quantity squared. I should put a 2 in front of there and an x minus 2. And then a plus 2 times x minus 2 squared and an x minus 4. So I can do factor by grouping. So f prime of x is equal to 2, x minus 4, x minus 2. And I'm left with an x minus 4. And I'm also left with a plus x minus 2. So then I end up with a 2x minus 6 inside here, which I can factor out another 2. So f double prime, sorry, not double prime, just kidding. F prime of x is equal to 4, x minus 4 and x minus 2. And then I have an x minus 3. So when I set this equal to 0, what do I get? I get x is equal to 2, 3, and 4. And when I do this, I get f of 2 is equal to 0, f of, oh, wow. Sorry about that. F of 2 is equal to 0, f of 4 is equal to 0, and then f of 3 is equal to an actual number, which is 1. Okay, so now I have interval, test value, sine of f prime of x, and conclusion. So now I get from negative infinity to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and then 4 to infinity. So I get x is equal to 0, x is equal to 2.5, so 5 halves, x is equal to 7 halves, and then x is equal to like 5. Okay, so then f prime is less than 0, f prime is bigger than 0, f prime is less than 0, f prime is bigger than 0. So I have decreasing, increasing, do not abbreviate, I just ran out of room. Decreasing and increasing. Okay, so now I have a minimum, a maximum, and a minimum. So I have, so f is increasing on 2 to 3 union, 4 to infinity, and then f is decreasing on, just kidding, negative infinity to 2 union 3 to 4. F has a relative minimum at 2 comma 0 and 4 comma 0. F has a relative maximum at 3 comma 1. Okay. All right. And then we only have one more left. Okay, so now let's take a look at this. So I want local and absolute. So I do still have to do a chart. So, okay, so f prime of x is equal to 2x. So x is equal to 0. And then I want to do a chart. So interval, test value, sine of f prime of x, and conclusion. Okay, so now what I have is I have from negative 1 to 0, and then I have from 0 to 4. So I get x is equal to -1/2 and x is equal to 1. So then when I plug that in, I get f prime is less than 0, and then I get f prime is bigger than 0. So then there is a possible, so this is decreasing and increasing. So I have a minimum value there. Okay, so now I'm going to find f of -1. So -1 squared plus 3 is equal to 4. F of 0 is 0 squared plus 3, which is 3. And then f of 4 is equal to 4 squared plus 3, which is 16 plus 3, which is 19. So my absolute f has a absolute, an absolute minimum at 0, 3 and an absolute maximum at 4, 19. Okay? And I cannot classify any locals because my critical number actually is my only place where I could have relatives. I cannot have them at an endpoint. Okay? So that is it for this section.